light. It's the first thing we see when we open our eyes, but also the deepest mystery of the universe. Is it a wave? Is it a particle? Scientists still debate, yet Nikola Tesla once said, "If you want to understand the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." For Tesla, light wasn't just illumination, it was the very essence of matter, the universal language written into everything that exists. Tesla described himself as a sensitive instrument to the very influences of the cosmos. He felt currents most people couldn't perceive, walked the streets of New York late into the night, often speaking of light that appeared in his visions. He believed the human body itself was an electrical machine, animated by subtle currents that linked us to the greater field of energy. To him, light was not just outside of us, it was within us. A century later, Joe Dispenza picks up this same thread but brings it inward. He teaches that energy rises through the body like a current, activating higher states of awareness. Yogis called it Kundalini. Mystics called it the serpent rising. Yogi calls it unlocking the pineal gland, the third eye, when energy moves up the spine and ignites the brain into illumination. Tesla studied frequencies in wires and coils. Joe studies frequencies in the nervous system. Both are describing the same force, the light within. Think of your spine as a vertical antenna. At the base lies dormant energy, coiled like a serpent. As you breathe, as you focus, as you still your mind, that energy begins to stir. It rises upward, meeting each center of your body, unlocking layers of emotion and awareness. Fear, anger, guilt, these are lower frequencies, heavier currents. As the energy rises, they fall away. Gratitude, love, joy, these are higher currents. They carry the charge upward until it strikes the brain like lightning. In that moment, the pineal gland becomes a lens, and light floods consciousness. Tesla intuited this when he said, "My brain is only a receiver." In the universe, there is a core from which we obtain knowledge, strength, and inspiration. He knew that the brain doesn't generate ideas from nothing. It receives them from a greater field of information, what mystics called the divine, and what science now calls the quantum field. Joe echoes this. When your energy rises, the brain becomes superconductive. It's not fantasy, it's biology. The cerebrospinal fluid literally shifts upward, pulsing into the pineal gland, activating crystals that respond to pressure and light. The body becomes the receiver Tesla described. But here's the key. You don't access this by thinking harder. You access it by surrendering, by letting go of lower states, by focusing inward until awareness itself becomes light. Tesla found his visions in solitude, walking alone, staring at the sky. Joe guides students into stillness, teaching them to lose the identity of body, time, and environment. In both cases, the result is the same. When the noise falls away, the current flows. Science has always known the body is electrical. Every heartbeat is a surge of energy. Every nerve impulse is a spark. But what Tesla hinted and Joe makes explicit is that this electricity is not random. It is light in motion, capable of altering consciousness. The ancients drew serpents winding up spines, circles of light above heads. Tesla drew coils spinning magnetic fields. Joe maps meditations that awaken the pineal gland. Different symbols, same truth. Imagine this. Every thought you think sends out an electrical signal. Every emotion you feel adds a magnetic pull. Together, they create your field. But when energy gathers in the spine and rises, it is amplified, like a coil concentrating current. The surge reaches the brain, igniting gamma waves, measured bursts of light so powerful they rewire the mind. In those moments, people report visions, healings, awakenings. Tesla called it inspiration. Joe calls it coherence. Both describe illumination from within. Tesla believed light could carry infinite information. He experimented with wireless transmission, dreaming of a world powered by free energy. Signals sent through the air without wires. Joe teaches that when your inner light switches on, you too become wireless, sending signals into the field, attracting realities without effort. The current within becomes the broadcast without. But there is another layer, one Tesla hinted at but rarely spoke directly: morality. He warned that emotions like hate could fuel destruction. If your hate could be turned into electricity, it would light up the whole world. He meant that negative energy is still energy. but it distorts the current, burns the system. Joe teaches the same in modern terms. Survival emotions keep energy locked in the lower centers. The serpent never rises. The light never activates. Your consciousness stays bound to the material. So what unlocks the light within? Emotion. Elevated, conscious emotion. Gratitude is a frequency. Love is a frequency. Joy is a frequency. They are not just feelings, they're currents. When they flood the heart, they push the energy upward. The field responds instantly because the signal is pure. Tesla called this harmony. Joe calls it alignment. The mystics called it awakening. When the light within switches on, the world outside changes. Suddenly you notice synchronicities, meaningful patterns Tesla would have called resonances. You meet the right people at the right time. Opportunities open. The field bends to the new current you are broadcasting, and more than that, you feel alive. It's not chasing, not fearing, but radiating. That's what the ancients drew as halos. Not symbols of sainthood, but symbols of coherence. Human beings illuminated from within. Tesla knew this state in flashes. He said, "The mind is sharper and keener in seclusion and uninterrupted solitude. Originality thrives in such conditions." He was describing a primitive meditation, a way of letting the current flow. Joe systematizes it, teaching thousands how to reach the same state through breath, focus, and surrender. The process is ancient, but the science is modern. So ask yourself, have you felt the light within? Not metaphorically, but literally. Those moments when energy rises, when your chest feels warm. Your mind feels clear, your whole being hums with possibility. That is not imagination, that is electricity. That is your field aligning with the universal field. The truth is this: you are not waiting for light to come from outside. You are the light condensed into form, waiting to be remembered. Tesla said, "The gift of mental power comes from God, the divine being, and if we concentrate our minds on that truth, we become in tune with this great power." Joe teaches the same in different words. When you embody gratitude and love, you merge with the field of infinite intelligence. Every current in your body is part of the greater current of creation. Every surge of energy is a note in the symphony of the universe. You are not apart from it. You are it. And when you allow the serpent to rise, when you ignite the pineal light, when you align heart and mind into coherence, you don't just observe the field, you radiate it. So remember, the same light that fuels stars fuels you. The same energy Tesla studied in his coils moves through your veins. The same frequency Joe Dispenza teaches in meditation lives inside your breath. The light is not somewhere else. It's here, in your spine, in your mind, in your heart. Waiting, you are not just in the universe. The universe is in you. You are not waiting for the light. You're the light within.